Today on Expert Showcase, strategic parking lot planner Marco Menna is going to talk to us about maximizing parking lot life expectancy, accessibility, and beauty. Marco Menna, welcome to Expert Showcase. We're glad to have you as today's expert. Give us a quick rundown of what we're going to cover in today's episode.
Today we're going to be talking about parking lots, all the way from seal coating to striping the parking lot to any repaving that needs to be done to concrete work to basically from start to finish. When you look at a parking lot, what should you be looking for, and basically then talking about a 10-year life plan that we can all look at, because it is a very expensive asset for business owners or property managers that they have to overlook, and if something that is not taken care of could have huge problems.
It's going to cost, right?
Absolutely.
Well, when we were prepping for the show, we promised people we're going to cover 3 important takeaways here. So we're going to talk a little bit about an in-person asphalt assessment. We're going to talk a little bit about the communication process, and then we're going to talk a little bit about follow-up. So these are important not only for, obviously your business, but for other coaches and consultants that we talk to as well. So this is going to be good stuff. So let's kind of take those in order, Marco. So when you are starting the process with somebody, what does that look like, and what's this assessment phase about?
The process starts with a phone call. And we get phone calls all the time. So in that phone call, when you give us a call, we're going to be qualifying you to make sure that we're the right fit, and we can help you with any problems that you might have. So at that point, once we figure out that we're a great fit, we'll set up a 15 to 20-minute in-person meeting. At that point, we're going to look at your issues and talk about exactly what needs to be done and what your expectations are. And just basically building the rapport that is necessary in moving forward with any type of job that needs to get completed. And then moving from there, we give you an estimate and a proposal, and then follow up with you, and then you follow up with us, and then hopefully at that point you find out that we're the right fit, and we go in there and we execute the plan with seamless communication, which we can talk about more later with the seamless communication approach.
Excellent, and that's really one of the reasons I was looking forward to having you on the show, Marco, is that you have really got a tight system that you guys have put together, and that you really take people step by step through a process. And I think a lot of business owners could really learn a lot from how you guys have pulled that together. And so part of that is all about seamless communication. So let's go there next. What does that look like? What do you try to do? How do you keep the customer in the loop and all that good stuff?
So it's one of those things, communication, I mean, it's such an overused word, but one of those things, it's, you hear constant communication, will always be communicating, and I've actually found that actually sometimes is a negative effect. People, property managers or business owners, are extremely busy. They don't want to be constantly communicated with. They want to know when the job's getting done, that it's getting done on time, on budget, and basically have just enough amount of communication being done, so everything is being done as supposed to. So that's why we have seamless communication, where it's basically how we act is we have a liaison type of role with people doing the work out on the field. So I would be your point of contact at all times. So you have my personal cell number, and I will be the one that can always be reached 24/7 if there's any issues. Also on our end, we have basically, when we reach out to you, we have our points to be talked about, and we're not trying to waste anyone's time. We're just trying to get through this job the best possible. And if you want to talk to us about the weather or sports or what we're up to, that's great. But that's not what we're going to be pushing on our end. It's more of let's get this job done. Let's make sure we're not disrupting business or getting any of your potential clients upset, or any tenants that might be living in your homeowners association or apartment complex that we're moving, or or a busy business parking lot that we're going to be doing work to.
So if I'm your customer, obviously I have the ability to reach out to you anytime I want to communicate. You're promising not to bug me with irrelevant information, so it's seamless communication, but it's highly relevant, focused, job-specific updates, that kind of thing, so that I know exactly where the job stands at all times, and that it's, as you said, on time, on budget, that kind of information.
And as you know, as a psychologist and a PhD, everyone's different. So it's, some people, they don't even want to talk to you really. Just want to get done. And on the flip side, you have, someone who's trying to be, real close and be friends with you, and that's great. So, it's you see all different realms, especially dealing with all different people that we deal with.
Right, and so part of that seamless communication on your end is sizing up what's this person's communication style, what do they want. I'm sure you're looking at how do they like to communicate. Are they an email person, a text person, a phone person, and you're adapting to give them exactly what they want, right?
Absolutely. Texting right now, I always throw out, again, the phone call is so essential, and talking is huge. Emails and sometimes just texting that's where the miscommunication can happen most of the time. Right. That's what I found. So I usually send the text, send the email, and set up a phone call, bang, bang, right in a row, and then usually that's how you can get people.
Yeah, keeps it clear. All right, so let's talk a little bit about your follow-up process, because obviously, you're trying to, make this all move from start to finish and even beyond finish, I'm assuming. So talk to us a little bit about how you guys have kind of created a follow-up system for people.
Yeah, so whenever you're done talking with a potential customer or client, you just make sure, hey, listen, you give them ample time to look at whatever's presented to them, and then make sure you set up a follow-up time. It's like, hey, listen, take a look at our estimate on Thursday, make sure to reach out to you on Monday for a phone call, and, hold them to it, because, there's so many things that are going on in everyone's day, it could get lost. So it's kind of like you drop something off, and then there's no basically time that's set up, or there's no follow-up, or just kind of like, oh yeah, if you reach out to us, can't do that, you'll get lost, you'll be forgotten.
Man, I've learned that the hard way, Marco. It's like, you think you're being sort of friendly and just not being pushy and say, hey, we'll touch base next week. Well, I've learned that that's the worst thing for me and for the client or customer. It's like, no, let's actually make an appointment. Everything I do now, I try to do by appointment for my own sanity, because then we're just playing phone tag or email tag or text tag, right? So it's not good communication at that point.
I'll tell you right now, the email and then the text, bang, bang, right after one another, as what I found to be the most effective way to get somebody on the phone. And this is in 2015. So.
Yeah, so we've got all this great technology. We got to put it to work for us. So, Marco, this is good stuff. I mean, obviously, it's good for anyone who's listening who's got a parking lot or a driveway that needs some work. It's also good stuff for anyone who's got a business and is in the coaching consulting kind of field and needs to really systematize their communication process. So, either way, Marco, I think you're sharing great stuff for them. I'm going to tell people how they can get in touch with you in just a second here, but let me just kind of review then. So we've been talking with Marco Menna, who is a strategic parking lot planner, and it's all about how to maximize the life expectancy, the beauty, and the accessibility of these surfaces, of these parking lots and things. That is what it's all about. So we've been talking about the process, really, the communication process that starts with a phone call to Marco and his team, that follows up with a personal asphalt assessment. It then flows directly into a communication process that kind of matches the way you like to communicate. It's multimodal, multi-platform to make sure that you're not missing the information and you're staying on top of the job. And then it's proper follow-up, to make sure that each step of the process is carefully communicated and laid out. Did I get that about right, Marco?
Right on.
All right, cool. So, Marco, to get in touch with you, we're going to put your phone number up on screen and give people the ability to call you, because that's your preferred way, right? Is for them to call you, start that process, get one of the strategic parking lot planners on the job, and be walked through the 7-step process that you guys have laid out to make sure that the job is done with top satisfaction, in a timely manner, on budget, and all that. So. Any other further thoughts, Marco, before we wrap up?
Well, I mean, one of those things I want to just throw out there, when you're looking thinking about doing any work done on your asphalt, weather is predicated. Everything is going off the weather. So, sure. When selecting a contractor, if you're not in this area, you go with somebody else. Just make sure they have that communication down. It's huge. I mean, you got to have up-to-minute weather updates of when you're going to be putting down any asphalt or putting down any sealer, or if you're striping the lot and putting down any latex or acetone paint for the striping of the lines. It's absolutely essential that you know that your contractor is constantly looking at weather updates, and because it falls down on him. So it's one of those things that can get completely very, very ugly if you're doing it at the wrong time, and end up costing everyone a lot of time and money.
Excellent. So if you've got a parking lot, you got a driveway, you got blacktop asphalt that needs care, then you want to reach out to Marco Menna. I forgot to actually say your website. I know we've got it up there. So it's alloutparkinglots.com is the place to reach out and connect with Marco directly. So Marco, it's been great having you on Expert Showcase. I appreciate you taking the time and sharing this great information with people.
No problem. Thank you.
And another great Expert Showcase episode. Chris, what should people do right now?
Yeah, if you're watching this and you're a coach or consultant, imagine what it would do for you and your business if you were a guest on Experts Showcase. And here's the best part. Other than possibly increasing your business, an appearance on Expert Showcase is free. We give you a copy of your episode so you can use as marketing collateral, and we give you a coaching session to go along with it to tell you how you can best market your episode and other tips and tricks about your business. So what you want to do is head on over to expertshowcase.com, click on the big yellow apply button, and apply to be our next featured guest on the Expert Showcase. Now, if you're a coach or consultant and you've already imagined what having your own internet talk show will do for you, then we want you to head to VideoContent.Agency and check us out, check our packages out, and get in contact with us. Let's see if we're a good fit, and let's see if we're the ones to produce you and make you the next star and have your own internet talk show. And until next time, Mark, anything else?
I couldn't have said it any better, so just do what he said.